How y'all are this afternoon? This is your buddy George Jones over at the Bergen Gun Range with my next installment on I got this old used gun. Yesterday we're out here shooting the Israeli version of the FNFAC, the 308 FNFAL carbine version, commonly referred to as the Hebrew hammer. Today we have the James River Armory's version of the Galil. Now this is a very good copy, a very good version of the Galil rifle. It has all of the features on it that you would see on a normal Galil, as opposed to the thing that they're commonly marketing today that IMI or whoever refers to as a Galil that looks nothing like it. I think it looks more like a Beretta. But anyway, this is a very true to form Galil semi-automatic rifle in caliber 5.56. Coming from the back to the front, it has birdcage flash suppressor, which is also a grenade launcher. It has the bottle opener and wire cutter bipod. That's pretty cool. Spring loaded and locks into the little C-clips back here in the back. It has polymer furniture on it, which real Galils have polymer furniture on them as well. The same side as the original Galil, the ambidextrous charging handle. It also has the same style of safety as a AK has on it, but at the same time it also has a thumb safety. So you can actuate, it's hard for me to show both sides of it at the same time, but you can actuate the safety fire control lever on the right side from the left with the thumb lever. Okay, that's pretty cool. It has a paddle magazine release on it, just like a Galil would have on it, with a guard on it. Okay, so it's got paddle and guard. It has a folding stock. This is a fairly new folder. This is a fairly new gun, and the folding stock is still pretty stiff, but it is a good rigid inline folding stock, just like an original would have on it. It's a milled lower receiver. And what it was the Israelis wanted something that was a little bit better than an AK, made a little bit better, put together a little bit better, with a little bit more entities on it that made it a more shootable weapon, like peep sights on the rear instead of a RAF style sight up here on the gas assembly. They wanted a little bit shorter sight radius, so they moved the sight back a little bit. And they came up with the Galil. Now the original Galils were in 308, and you can still get a Galil in 308. They're a little on the heavy side. They weigh almost as much as an M1 rifle. But the Israeli dogma is there is very little foot infantry in the Israeli military. They are a strictly mechanized military force. That's not to say that their soldiers don't get out and walk and march, but you know, they typically are set up for armored personnel carriers, half tracks, 113s, and so forth. I think they still have half tracks in use in Israel today. So, that being in mind, it's not so bad that they have a heavier service rifle. Now granted, these rifles appear all over the world. South Africa produces a version, or did produce a version of it, and you commonly see these things in use in South America and everywhere. I always thought it was funny that the Israelis manufacture and sell tremendous amounts of weapons, and the U.S. just gives them tremendous amounts of weapons. I mean, that's double dipping right there, buddy. You sell yours and somebody will give you somebody else's. But you know, they deserve it, I think. So we're going to run a few rounds through this gun. It's not got a 0 on it, but I think I can hit something downrange with it, and we'll give it a try. I'm going to take the old camera over here and move it around to another station so you can observe the weapon in action. Let's give it a try. Let's get us some ear mufflers on here. And get us some ammunition in there. Oh, you got to put that thing, you got to put it on fire to get it to charge. All right, looks like we're in battery and we're all ready to go. Now, the 223, 5.56 bullets don't clang the targets good and loud, but I'll get some stock footage in a minute and show you that I'm actually hitting something down there. That's it. Oh, that one's a nice one. Hit that little one. Okay. Oh, damn, I broke a chain on it. That little bitty target, that little 12-inch square target, man, it hits it hard. That big target, that one that's 2 inches thick and 16 inches in diameter, it don't even make a sound when it hits it. All right. Oh, we got a malfunction. Malfunction junction. What's your function? What? There we go. Oh, we got one in there. Let's get that one out. Okay, we want to do an obstruction check. Make sure we don't have a barrel obstruction. This thing doesn't have a lock open on it. There we go. Okay. Actions open. Chamber is empty. Barrel is unobstructed. Let's go. Okay, like we've expended our ammunition. We're good. All right. So there we are. Winds are blowing so hard we may not get any audio at all. But there we are. Is it a little heavy? Yeah, compared to an AR, it's a little on the heavy side. But it's a good operational gun. Don't let anybody get you wrong. It's a good operational gun. These guys are in... Wait for the gust to go by. These guys are in the $1,000 range for price-wise, you know, but they're a really good gun. Well, that's about the size of it for, hey, I got this old used gun, the Israeli Galil by James River Arms. Like-tate, share-fi, commentate, subscribe. Leave me a $1 in the Patreon bucket if you want to, and if you don't want to, just keep watching my stuff. That helps out a little bit too. You know, we've been under lousy administration before. We will be again, you know, and we always survive it. So be of good cheer and, you know, be a good citizen. Be a good citizen in your community too. Get out there and check on your old people. Be nice to everyone you meet. But have a plan. God bless everyone. Join the NRA, and we'll see you when we see you. Bye now. Y'all are today. You know, I'm one of those guys you call a limit pusher. I want to take something to the absolute limit and see what it will actually do. Especially if I spend a lot of money on a gun. Or if I like shooting the gun a lot. Now, one of the guns I like shooting a lot is this thing here, the Savage B-Mag in 17 WSM. So the 17 is a 3,000 feet per second, 20 grain ballistic tip round at 3,000 feet per second. Now the 17 weighs 20 grains. I think that's what this is. Yeah, 20 grain, tipped varmint, muzzle velocity 3,000 feet per second. So what I'm doing today is the target area at 125 yards on the lower at the Bergen Range is basically the deer rifle zero range. And it's kind of growed up with weeds and so forth. So there's a couple of the steel targets that are low to the ground that are completely obscured by Johnson grass and weeds. So what I wanted to find out was how much of an effect can be forced into play on the bullet by shooting at a target through standing grass. And that's where we are today. I don't know if I can hit it or not. I don't know if the bullet traveling 3,000 feet per second will hit a piece of Johnson grass and explode like a firecracker. We're going to find out. This rifle zeroed in pretty good. I just got done shooting 1 liter bottles of water with it. So we're going to cut down on that steel target that I cannot see it because of the weeds. But I hit it. And I've seen some grass and weeds fall from the bullet's fall. Oh yeah. So it's making it to that steel plate even though it has to cut through that grass to do it. Same hold. And the grass is starting to unobscure the target because of the bullet's fall. I cannot see the target, but I know where it's at. I can see the steel frame that it hangs in. And I know where it's at in that frame, even though I can't see the target itself. And I'm hitting it every time. So it's making its way through that grass without being deflected in any way, which is what I wanted to find out. Oh, I've got 1 2-liter bottle of, a 1 liter bottle of tonic water down there. Let's see if I can hit it again. Yeah. Boy, that tonic water explodes nicely, buddy. What I should have done was took the GoPro down there and put it up close on the target so you could have seen what was going on and we could have edited that in there, but I didn't think about it. All right, let's see if I can hit that little bitty steel target. Yep, sure can. This 17's got a pencil thin barrel on it, but it still shoots pretty good. I've had this gun about 5 years. It was the first 17 WSM to come out. And it's been a real good rifle. I've bumped off a lot of groundhogs with this thing at 150 yards. And I've killed a coyote or two with it. If you hit them in the front legs or forward, it just knocks them right down. So that's a little demonstration that, at least as far as I can demonstrate it, the 20 grain 17 at 3,000 feet per second is not deflected by weeds and Johnson grass and stuff like that. Or at least it shoots pretty good through it. Well, all right then, there's your little bonus content. We'll see y'all.